A Christchurch family is worried they'll be left in the lurch after a dispute about how much it will cost to fix their cold, cracked, earthquake-damaged home. It comes just weeks before an unsold test case begins at the High Court. Now, the government hopes the test case will clarify who is liable for earthquake repairs for properties purchased after the earthquakes and where botched repairs have resulted in repair costs of far more than the current maximum $115,000 EQC cap. EQC and Southern Response believe Jody Devine's Wainoni property can be fixed for what it was insured for by the previous owner when the first Canterbury earthquake struck. But as Logan Church explains, Jody believes it will cost much, much more.
Jody Devine's family purchased this 3-bedroom Wainoni home in 2015 for $320,000.
We were living in a rental with Madeline, who was 21 months at the time, so we decided it was time to go buy something. The week that we bought it, we put the offer in. We also found out that we were pregnant with Evelyn, which was really exciting for us. So 6 weeks later, we moved in.
It got the big tick from EQC. Everything was fixed after the Canterbury earthquakes of 2010 and 2011. But like hundreds of other Christchurch properties, it wasn't.
When I was vacuuming, I noticed bumps, and it just seemed to be moving. We thought that we could move in. This is our family home. We could live in it. It was repaired. We could get on painting the walls, making it a home. But we found that we can't because we're stuck with a policy from 2010.
Come the 5.7 magnitude Valentine's Day earthquake of 2016, Jody says the property suffered major damage. Cracks in concrete, roof damage, and cracks in the window frames. Jody's partner Scott showed me their front door.
All the framing's all pulled away. You know, you can see it sort of, all the eaves are starting to drop off. You know, the door doesn't shut properly most of the time. You've got to sort of force it in. It'll free up at times as well. But, you know, the more shakes we have, the difference is noticeable.
So you've noticed this getting worse and worse?
Yeah. I mean, the drafts that are getting in, mate. It's just phenomenal. You know, we go through a lot of wood because the house is constantly cooling off because of the amount of drafts around.
It's cold.
Yeah, and the house is fully insulated, so it should be a lot warmer than it is.
In the kitchen, the floor is very uneven.
Well, no, they're not level. There's a pile here that's popped up out of the ground that happened in the Valentine's quake because I'd walked through the house and I noticed it immediately while standing in the kitchen. The vinyl started to rip. I'm assuming, or guessing it's something to do with the pile because the pile has popped up out of the ground.
Southern Response initially offered Jody about $18,000 to fix the property. That was later upped to $126,000, the exact value of the home's insurance policy in 2010 when the Canterbury earthquakes began. Because Jody didn't have an insurance policy on the property at the time of the 2010-11 quakes, she isn't entitled to the $320,000 she insured it for in 2015, and she's concerned the $126,000 won't be anywhere near enough.
So Southern Response received our engineer's report, they reviewed it. They have not noted the fact that there's the engineering design, they've just completely ignored that. They've ignored the cracks on the walls. They've also ignored the missing purlin in the roof cavity from when EQC repaired the house. They've missed, the fact that we've got a barrier that's popped up in the hallway and there's vinyl there that will need replacing.
And what this mum of two wants is simple.
To be able to start fixing our house and for it to get repaired, for them to give us the all go, and also to stop new homeowners buying a home, because when people come to me and, you know, they buy a house and they say it's EQC repaired, I want to get excited for them. It's their first home, but after what we've been through, I wouldn't wish this on anyone.
Jody and Scott want enough money to repair their home, or a managed repair without a cap of $126,000. Checkpoint approached EQC and Southern Response for comment. They put up EQC's Deputy Chief Executive Renee Walker to speak on behalf of both organisations. She confirms that some initial repairs need to be re-repaired. 8 piles are currently not compliant. But Ms Walker is confident everything can be fixed for the current offer on the table, and she says she hasn't received information that suggests otherwise.
The offer that's been made to Jodie and Scott is for $126,000, or, as I say, we will complete the repair for them.
Jodie has made it very clear to us she wants her house fixed. So what happens if repairs go over that costed amount, which is all that Jodie understands she is entitled to?
We believe that the repair can actually be done for the $126,000, so that's why we're happy to go with either option. We do think that that more than covers what the work that needs to be done. So, but yes, if it increased past that value on the agreed scope, then that cost would be ours once we start the repair. What we've discussed is the next step is for GCCRS, Southern Response, ourselves and Jodie and Scott to sit down and just work through all of the options that are available and decide on the best one for them.
Jodie has already asked for that meeting to take place between EQC, Southern Response and the Greater Christchurch Claims Resolution Service. She is waiting for their response. The current offer on the table expires next Friday. In Christchurch for Checkpoint, Logan Church.